Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hoon. Today is Anshil, and we're together with Reverend Santosh, and it is Sunday, the 20th of March, or the 18th of February in the 10th year of Chongalguk. So let's begin by offering a bow to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chariot, Kyombe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가족맨세 2. 전일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 선자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 2. Our family, the owner of Chongalguk, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and true parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. Thank you. I'd like to ask Reverend Stone if you would offer the opening prayer, please.
Dearest Heavenly Parent and true parents, heaven and earth, humankind, good morning. Today is Anshil, and we want to really greet you. We want to greet you as a whole community here in the Oceania region, and we want to lift up our hearts and minds to be receptive to your word and to your instruction today through the Hondake and also through the Sunday service that we're having in different parts of the Oceania region. We really give thanks that we can be involved in this amazing region of the ocean, this mother region, and we can be attending our true mother, who is the turning point of history, along with our true father. The true parents have come to be the turning point of all of human history, to bring us back to you. We're so privileged, we're so grateful for this incredible time. So please guide us this morning as we listen to your precious word, and that we can be aligned more fully with you. We can be more useful and more powerful for our true mother, and to restore and help and support all of our brothers and sisters in this world at this time. Thank you. I pray and report in the name of Greg and Reiko of the Stone Blessed Central Family, Jew.
Jew. Thank you. And let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Santosh as he shares with us this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. I want to share this few pictures today before I start with Hudduke. Few weeks before, brothers and sisters in Fiji, they were cleaning Peace Embassy, and I want to participate together with them. And when I just reached Peace Embassy gate, I saw a gentleman selling pineapple. And it was after lunch, and then I thought that it's good to buy pineapple for brothers and sisters who are working in Peace Embassy. And I called that gentleman, come, we'll buy some pineapple from you. He came, and then we bought the pineapple. When we were eating pineapple, that gentleman starts sharing a story that he is the manager of one of the school. It's almost 55 kilometers far from Suba, our Peace Embassy. And then he told us that there is no sick bed in the school, so he's looking for someone who can help us to help them to build a sick bed. And then and they were doing some fundraising for that purpose. They were doing the volleyball competition, swimming competition, and rugby, and they were raising the money for that sick bed project. Then I told to Balami, Balami, take this opportunity. So we have to go to this village. And I told the gentleman that what you need. He said he needs some, he need volleyball, he need the volleyball net, because they are going to have the volleyball competition. And through that volleyball competition, they will do fundraising. So I immediately told them, okay, we'll buy volleyball and volleyball net for you. So please invite us to your function. We'll come. We'll talk about our organization. Our organization is an educational organization. We do not have money, but we have a heart to give this volleyball and volleyball net to you. And then he said, what about something for the sick bed? And I told them, once we come there, we'll see the situation. If there is something from our side that we can do, we'll offer that also. And then on 12th of this month, so they invited us to their school, and there was a volleyball competition. So they invited me as a chief guest, and then they asked me to speak. I did not speak long. I just spoke around 5 minutes. I spoke about the culture of living for the sake of others. So this is the school, and then during that time, I told to the manager that why don't you invite your youth to participate one of our seminar. So because yesterday was the inauguration of APLC 11th batch, and I thought that we have to invite the youth and leaders of that community to participate APLC. And they had a meeting, and they told that, okay, we'll come. So we gave them the bus fare, and then we prepared some light lunch for them, and they came to PCMC yesterday, and they participated the APLC inauguration session. They participated the APLC inauguration session. There were almost 28 of them. They participated the APLC orientation session. And then the next week, we are going to their village. We have already downloaded the APLC lecture series, and we're going to their village again, and we'll study APLC course together with them. So maybe the next Saturday and the following Saturday, we'll go and study APLC together. And then the following Saturday, on 9th of April, these people, the youth, and some are teachers already, some are married already, they will graduate APLC. So we know that Iris is already in Fiji. Balami and Iris, they are coordinating this project. I thought there must be a reason that gentleman arrived PCMS to sell the pineapple. And I told Balami, this must be a calling from God. Please don't leave that opportunity. And then anyway, we are going forward, and we promised them that we'll help them for sick bed also. So I would like to take this opportunity to do fundraising among our brothers and sisters. So they have given us the proposal of almost $1,000 US. So we are planning to support them with the sick bed and the tiles and some other things to make a very nice sick bed room. So we can share and make it happen possible. So this much for this project that we'll be doing. So this will be a regular place where we'll be going and educating the youth and participate in different activities together with them. Today, I was going through, especially there are two things. One is True Father's life in his own words. I think international headquarters is sending these things that used to come in 2 days old previously. So True Father's life in his own words, and True Father's life in some of the elder disciples' old. So I was reading through many True Father's life, and then I found this. Father's first visit to Japan on his first world tour. This was shared by, I think he must be one of the elder Yong Chon Song, a Korean elder. So I thought to pick up this topic, and then I thought to read on this. So I will not read all. I'll only read the red highlighted part. During the world tour, Father designated 8-1 each in the city of Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka, Takamatsu, Hiroshima, Fukuoka, Sapporo, and Sendai. The plane landed on 5:20 p.m. This was, I think, this was on October 2 in 1959. The plane landed at 5:20 p.m. More than 200 members welcomed him at Hyundai Airport. Father waved to the members as he walked down the ramp. He had lived in Japan in his student days, but this was his first visit to the nation as true parents. Welcoming service. So the welcoming service began at 8 p.m. The title of Father's sermon was God's Purpose and Our Goal. Some members of the service did not know that Father spoke Japanese. That Father knew Japanese so well moved many members that listened to him speak fluently for more than 2 hours. His sermon inspired members and filled them with his love. A veritable flood of tears issued from the eyes of those in the headquarters church that evening. It was in 2018, I was invited to give a lecture during UN Family Day. Usually, UPF Fiji chapters, we celebrate UN Family Day every year. And then what we do is we honor the couples who has lived successfully for 40 years of successful marriage. The couples with the 40 years of successful marriage, we give them best couple or noble couple award. And then the Assistant Minister for Education in Fiji, Honorable Nand, he arranged some program and he asked me to come and speak among those couples. Then I went there. I found the people receiving the award were all very elder Indian couples. And then when the program started, the MC of that program started talking in Hindi. So my lectures were prepared in English, and then the MC started talking in Hindi. Then I thought, wow, what am I going to do now? And then when the MC invited me to give the lecture, then I determined that I will give the lecture in Hindi. I'll deliver my lecture in Hindi. Then I started talking in my Fiji Hindi. It's not original Hindi, it's a Fiji Hindi. Then I started talking in Fiji Hindi, and I was supposed to speak only 1 hour, but it happened that I started speaking, and then I started talking to I started giving lecture, and I started talking to the elder couples. Then I spoke almost 1.5 hours. So at the end of my lecture, many Indian grandpa and grandma, they came and they hugged me and they told me how beautiful it was to listen the lecture about the family value in their own language. So when I read this passage, that Japanese members were so happy to listen Father speaking in Japanese. So I related with the importance of learning language, other language, and speaking in their language if it is possible. And I regret in one sense. Until now, there's nothing I have regret in my life. But I think at the end, I mean, almost seems like I'm finishing my regular mission here in Fiji. I'm not sure, but I feel like I regret why I did not learn Fijian language. I can speak Hindi. I can speak a little bit Korean. I have a lot of experience of witnessing people in Korea with my little Korean language, and making very good friends and giving good impression about true parents in Fiji with my little Hindi language. But if I learned Itaukei language, the Fijian language, I could have done much better, and I could have left a good impact to the people teaching divine principle of preparance or in the Itaukei language. Anyway, Brother Balami Burao has translated divine principle 1 hour lecture in Itaukei language, and his proofreading, and hopefully will publish that Itaukei language 1 hour divine principle soon here in Fiji. So when I went through this, then I read that my father had a reunion with Mrs. Mijuhasi. I think Mrs. Mijuhasi is the landlady that father used to stay in her house during his student life. And I'm not going to read much on that. First holy ground. On the morning of January 31st, father visited the Meizai shrine and designated Japan's first holy ground in Tokyo. On that day, he presided over Sunday service in Japan for the first time, and he spoke for 4 hours. Jesus' final hours and resolution. Through his sermon, father emphasized Japan will be saved if the Japanese people can do the impossible. If the Japanese people can take the lead in doing something that the people of the world are unable to do so. They will become the race that leads the world, which is why you must love Japan. You must love Japan more than you love me. You must love the world more than you love Reverend Moon. You must love your Heavenly Father. So anywhere, wherever we go and teach the members, whatever country we go, wherever we go and teach the members, this is the teaching of Reverend Moon, that Reverend Moon says we must love our own country than anything else. Even he's telling to his disciple, for me as a disciple, a young disciple of True Father, whom I will love most is not my country. Of course, I love True Father more than my country. I love True Father more than anyone else in this world, anything else in this world. I love True Father even more than my own family, and I love True Mother more than anyone else. So, but Father always emphasizes that you have to love your own country more than me. You have to love Heavenly Parents, Heavenly Father more than me. So when I read this, when I tell members about this, everywhere they really appreciate True Father. So it was the next day on February 1st, Father and his entourage boarded the 1 p.m. Hikari, the bullet train, and departed to Tokyo. They arrived at Nagoya station at 3:30 p.m. The entourage visited Nagoya Castle, TV Tower, and other locations. They arrived at the Nagoya church at around 4 p.m. During the welcoming service, Father spoke for more than 3.5 hours. He explained that Tokyo is the city of the East. In other words, it refers to the Garden of Eden that God had created. Nagoya refers to a very old house. In other words, a house with the longest standing reputation in the cosmos. He mentioned that it represents Adam's house and reminded him of his hometown. So I'm not sure how I talk about this, but I thought that Father, wherever he goes, when he talks his hometown, that because Father was born in Korea. Father was born in Korea, but Father was a global citizen. So Father was True Father. Wherever he goes, that is his hometown, because he can relate with the people of that place. He can relate with the culture of that place. Father can relate with the circumstances of that place. So I thought that this was the heart of Father, that he feels wherever he goes is his own hometown. Everybody seems like family. After departing Nagoya, Father and his entourage arrived at the Osaka church at 7 p.m. At the welcoming service, Father said, Tokyo represented the Garden of Eden, Nagoya represented a house with a long-standing reputation, and Osaka reminded me of a large hill. Osaka is the hill upon which they raised the cross, where victory or defeat is to be decided. I hope that the restoration of this area become a glorious turning point for Japan and the world. He also said, Osaka strongly reminded me of a place where everybody seems like family. If all the people connect true father, designating a holy ground in Nagoya on February 2, 1965 in heart, center on God, will not have any problem with the national borders. If a person that truly loves Japan is a Japanese person, a person that truly loves the world and cosmos can be a global citizen, and a person recognized and acknowledged by all the heavens and earth. Father then spoke for another 3 hours on the theme, the course of restoration is a thorny path. Father says, everybody seems like family. Everybody seems like family. I think most of the brothers and sisters, the elder brothers and sisters who are here together with us in Hunduke, who has gone through long formula course and a long missionary life, must have already realized that everybody seems like family. And for me, it was a great. It is a great blessing that I came to Oceania, and then I went to all the nations in the Oceania, and when I meet a Kiribati citizen here in Fiji, when I meet a Tuvalu, Tongan, and Vanuatu, Samoan, or anyone from the Pacific, when I meet them here in Fiji, I feel like I met them a long time ago. I feel that I know them for a long time ago. I feel that I know their history, I know their parents, I know their children, I know their relatives, and I feel that I'm a part of their family. So this kind of heart was nurtured to me by True Father through the formula course. And I feel as Father felt that everybody seems like family, I got that heart that everybody seems to me like family. So I think this is this kind of teaching that Father nurture us will really help us to relate to the brothers and sisters from all around the world. And one family under God is possible through this kind of teaching and training. So next is witnessing in a rural area. So when I thought of reading this, then I relate myself that we went to this rural area. This is school, the village where we'll be giving the sick bed and will help to renovate their the sick bed room. So Father emphasized to the members that they can pay any indemnity for issue that the poor people in the past were unable to resolve. He went and speak for more than 2 hours on the mindset that members should have when witnessing in the rural area. Father went to Hiroshima on February 4 and arrived at the church at 8 p.m. Members sang Song of Victory for Father, after which he began to speak to them. Father explained, the 3 billion people of the world should understand God's historical heart, Jesus' inner heart, how Jesus felt while on the cross, and then define the standard of indemnity needed to restore that heart on earth. By doing so, they should comfort God. when I read a Father talking about how Jesus felt while on the cross, Jesus on the cross is his responsibility. That was his responsibility. So when Father talks about Jesus on the cross, I always determine myself as my responsibility. Myself being on the cross, myself taking the ownership about Heavenly Parents' dream, myself taking ownership about True Parents' dream, myself being responsible for what True Father, what True Parents wants me to do, and myself being responsible for my personal responsibility as Heavenly Parents has given to me. Either it is a small responsibility or a big responsibility, the responsibility given to me by my center figure. So furthermore, when God looks at you, he can forget all his hardship. Therefore, you must reach a standard where you can give God new hope and courage. That's when God looks at you, when True Father looks at when my center figure looks at me, when my children look at me, when my wife and my elders and my brothers and sisters look at me, I think if I carry that cross, if I carry that responsibility, and everyone, mostly the true parents, he will forget all his hardship. I mean, I'm the representative of a center blessed family. True father mean to say, and I mean to relate to all the center blessed family, that if we reach the standard where we can give God new hope and courage, if we reach the standard where we can take the responsibility in our shoulder, so true parents will forget all their hardship. So so I think this is the time. Anyway, brothers and sisters, the elder members have gone through all difficulties, all the suffering, and all the hardship in the mission field. But I think every one of us, we are very determined until the last breath, that we will make our true parents happy. We'll make our true parents proud of us, and we'll walk, we'll sacrifice that when true parents look at us, forget all his hardship, what he has gone through. So I don't want to read other part. I just want to read. I think it was this letter from True Mother. When father was in Japan, True Mother sent one letter to the members to True Father, through True Father. So Mother says, I think True Mother had sent a letter to the Japanese members that was read the day after the birthday celebration. That was after True Parents' birthday celebration, I believe. Beloved members in Japan, how much have you waited for True Parents? Today is a day of joy and longing. I'm sure each of you had been imagining what it would be like to see Father in the flesh. Your dream is now fulfilled. Dear members, I regret that I'm unable to join you on this joyous day. That is my only regret. Beloved members, how did you feel after meeting Father? Were you happy, or did you feel some distance? Please do not hesitately reach a conclusion. This is about your life. This is about your life. Heart comes from your mind, which will open your eyes as you lead a life of attendance without regrets. I hope that you are embracing Father's side. No matter what he says, he's saying it out of parental love and that wish to save you. With all your heart, I pray that you remain with Father. Make effort until the day we fulfill God's will, until the day of victory. Let us advance until we see that day longed for by heaven and earth and all humankind. We should not be the only one who experience the joy of the long-awaited day. We must share this joy with all the people of the world. So please do not fall behind, but continue to go forward until that day. Here, what True Mother says, I was really impressed. Is I hope that you are embraced in the Father's heart. No matter what he says, he's saying it out of parental heart that wish to save you. So I think that for Father, it was very easy for him to get sometimes angry, angry with the members. So when I attended Hunduke with True Parents, Father would come and he would go and scold to the elder disciples, telling that why you didn't do that, why you did that, why you couldn't fulfill this mission, what is your plan? He will be a little bit hard towards the member. So Mother must have thought that this time the members met True Father for the first time, and maybe True Father might have spoken a little bit hard with the members, or especially with the elder disciples there. And then member might think in different ways. So True Mother is trying to comfort the members that he's no matter what he says, he's saying it out of parental heart that wish you to save you. I felt like when my father would scold me or be hard on me sometime, and then my mother will come and say, please don't worry. Your dad is like this. Sometimes he gets angry, but this is not. He's angry because he's angry with you. But this is because he wants you to be good, because he wants you to study hard. I felt something like that. So much emotional reading this, reading this letter by True Mother, and especially this line. I became so much emotional, and I related this to my mom and to my dad. My physical parents too. A father and his entourage arrived at Chitsu Airport in Hokkaido at 2 p.m. on February 8. 15 members from Kushihiro and Obihiro had come to our church in Sapporo to greet father. Around 4 p.m., father went to the Hokkaido shrine, and in the snow reached with his waist. He designated the holy ground. After dinner, father spoke to the members saying, "We must awaken to a sense of mission for Japan. Those who are in the same position on behalf of heaven are not allowed personal peace of mind. You cannot understand God's desire without experiencing it. You must live within God's heart." So I'll go down. Farewell ceremony from 9 p.m. on February 11. A farewell party was held for father and his entourage. Father spoke about becoming a person needed by all people, and emphasized, unless you overcome the ordinary, God will have no need for you. All of you are Japanese, but you do not need anything that is Japanese. God needs all of the world, 3 billion people. 3 billion people. If a man can love Japan with deeper love than any Japanese has for Japan, his loving heart is historical, global, and cosmic, and therefore he should have confidence that person can attain God. Becoming a person needed by all people. Yeah, true parents are the person needed by all people on this earth. So I think it's my responsibility. I think it's my dream also, that becoming a person needed by all person. What I feel is normal life everyone is living. When I go out in the society, I see everyone happy. Everyone is eating 3 meals in a day. Everyone wears nice clothes. They go around the world. They're happy with their family. But they feel that they have done a lot for their people. But the most important thing is becoming a person needed by all people. What is the legacy that I will leave behind me? How people remember me? How people will think about me? Will they feel that I'm a person needed by all people? I think this is the most important thing for us, and especially when I teach to the second generation, especially when I talk to my daughter. Everyone is doing good. Everyone is happy. Everyone outside the world, they look more happier than us. They have more material things than us. But what I tell to my daughter is, you have to become a person needed by all people. You have to be a person who will be remembered by all people. And this is the most important thing that we have to tell to our second generation: becoming a person needed by all people. This is the dream. This is the dream of true parents for all of us. Unless you overcome the ordinary, unless we overcome a simple thing, unless we overcome simple thing that comes in our life, God will have no need for you. All of you are Japanese, but you do not need anything that is Japanese. God needs all of the world, 3 billion people. If a man can love Japan with deeper love than any Japanese has for Japan, his loving heart is historic, global, and cosmic, and therefore he should have confidence that person can attain God. I think Father is talking about being encouraging all of us to become the global citizen. So finally, the explosive growth via witnessing. Following father's visit to Japan on August 23rd in 1965, the headquarters was relocated from Neupane, where he currently stands, Bong Chon Choi. I think this is the members used to say Papa Choi, who had laid the foundation for our church in Japan, departed the nation on November 12 to apply his missionary effort in the United States. Through the grace received from Father's first visit to Japanese members, the Unification Church in Japan experienced tremendous growth. What was merely several hundred members before his visit multiplied to several thousands in a matter of years. So I'm dreaming for this. I'm dreaming for this, that true parents will visit to Fiji. And what I believe is if true parents would have visited Fiji, or if in the near future true mother will be able to visit Fiji, I think Fiji will receive a tremendous blessing, and whatever we are doing here will be multiplied thousands of times, and then a lot of members will come to Fiji. So I'm waiting for this day, and I'm even I'm waiting if true parents cannot visit. At least this is a country where even not a single true family member visited. So I'm really desperate. I'm really desperate. I'm willing to die, you know. I'm really desperate to welcome true mother in this country. If not true mother, I'm really desperate to welcome the member of the true family in this country, so that this country, the country rejected, this country rejected true parents. So at least if this country could receive true mother or a member of a true family, this country will be blessed. So I'm really looking for that day, and I believe in the near future this will happen. So with this last desire of mine, and then the experience of Japanese member, the experience after the first visit of True Father in 1959, they experienced the growth of members in Japan. With the same wish, I want to conclude today's Hunduke. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Reverend Santosh. Yeah, thank you for bringing that words of a true father and putting that together. I believe that Dr. Song is the same Dr. Song that lived in New Zealand and was the Continental Director of Australia, and became the leader of Japan. Yeah, he was also the missionary of the Solomon Islands, and he went to Solomon Islands, and he used to live in Brisbane, and our kids grew up with his kids. And so, yeah, I think many of us remember Dr. Song very well. And from your words, I mean, I especially liked in the beginning about making the sick room in the school, that to always see the opportunity in all circumstances, and always have the mind, to serve and proclaim. We are like a piece to the puzzle, and if we don't do our part, then the opportunity is missed or goes to someone else. So really, we should have that mind always, to be ready to serve, or to see the opportunity, to make sure that we are aware of everything around us, our surroundings, and how we can do something. Even though it might be small, it's still significant, because if it gives us the opportunity to proclaim, like father and mother always, proclaiming about our heavenly parent, proclaiming about the need for true parents, proclaiming the essential need for the blessing, so that we can really build God's kingdom. That I was reminded of that, and encouraged to keep using the opportunity, and not to waste the opportunity and to seize that moment. And I also like, everybody seemed like family. I remember when True Father came to Solomon Islands, that was his statement. He felt like he was at home. And I'm sure Father, wherever he goes, feels like he's at home. And I remember the people that I met in many different places, the people that I connected with, time and distance didn't matter. I mean, it might be 5 years and then I meet the person again and we continue talking as if no time had passed. Those sort of people I have in my life that when I go visit them again or they come and visit, it's just like no time. Everyone seems like family, and I recognize that that's such a happy and peaceful and a sort of like natural feeling. And I think I'm sorry that I don't have that connection with everybody. It's only just some sort of people. But then listening to Father saying everyone seems like family, your Father really has that connection to everyone all the time. So I think that's something for me to, and for us all, to aspire to have that connection to everybody, and that God can visit our home at any time without needing an invitation, sort of thing. So thank you. That was just some of my thoughts, and thank you, Santosh, and open it up for others to make comments. Thank you. Is that you, Barbara? You're putting your hand up? Yeah.
Okay. I'll just say that, my spiritual son is Nepalese. So I feel very connected to you, Santosh, and very proud of what you do. And I love to come to Fiji and see you. So I'll pray for that. And I'm so happy my beloved Teddy is here today. And I realize he's building a children's park, which is how we can complete the 4 great realms of heart. And I'm very proud of you, Teddy, and I support you 100%, 1,000%. And I'm sorry to be crying all the time. Thank you.
Thank you. So did you want to say some statement? Teddy is his name, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, just thank you. I need your support, Barbara.
You got it, darling. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, I could see Jeff with his hand up. Go ahead.
Thank you, Santosh. A unique presentation about Japan history. Anyway, true family members haven't come to Fiji. That's why they sent you there. We look forward to the day when you're the emissary of the Pacific and you come to New Zealand. We have many Hindi-speaking people in New Zealand that are very close to us, ambassadors of peace and others. You probably know that Mr. Sututu passed away just recently, and Kenji and Keiko went up to his funeral service a couple of days ago. Yeah, so Nepalese people, very amazing. I got to love Filipino people in Palau, and they're amazing. And now I'm getting to know the much more the special, unique character of the very vertical Nepalese people from the high mountain. So it's a really amazing match coming into the Pacific. And I do believe somehow, unusually, that Nepalese people are very vertical people. And yeah, that is what we need in the Pacific as well, So yeah, as I say, we look forward to you coming to New Zealand one day, and hopefully we can make some good meeting with we have many Fijian Indians in New Zealand that are very close to us. Yeah. Thank you, Santosh. God bless you.
Thank you, Jeff. Yes, no, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. No, I just want to thank Santosh, and I just made a comment on the chat. Third time it will happen. I think true family or true parents tried to come to Fiji twice already, rejected, right? So third time it should happen. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I really see hope. I don't know why I feel so connected to Fiji lately, but I think since I discovered that my grandfather, great-grandfather, yes, I actually went to Fiji during the war, and one of his sons, and they both passed away there, maybe because might have been World War II. And they must have ended up at the island where people caught the leprosy, so they didn't return home. So they are resting somewhere in Fiji. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Na. Thank you. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, morning everyone. I think from my brief work in the islands, I think these are the things that are really needed. You know, actually doing things for people, and it's hard for us, as Santosh said, because we're not an organisation that can provide a lot of funds, because that's the course we've been going. I think we have to balance what we do through Father's example. When he does things, he initiates things and gets involved and gives direction. But from my experience in the Solomons, we also have to empower people to take most of the responsibility themselves. So I know that island nations kind of generationally have a viewpoint that rich Western nations, money's no end to the money. So all that balance needs to be done. But I think, yeah, very inspiring, Santosh. And I think that's what we need, these projects to be initiated. And really, I think that can consolidate our relationships with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Yes, Greg, go ahead.
Thank you, Reverend Santosh. Another beautiful morning devotion and reading and reflection. I just wanted to ask Kenji, so Paul Statuto had a funeral there. I mean, his funeral was in New Zealand, was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Because some people might remember, but Paul Statuto was very high up. He was a member of parliament. I think he was a minister in the government, as far as I remember. But he came to the 10-day workshop down in Belgrave.
Yeah.
That we had some amazing people like him there. I think George Socomano came there, and it might even have been the same workshop as him. But can you just give a little bit of reflection about his funeral? Because he was also very instrumental in a big event that we did in Fiji. He was the host of that event many years ago. I think it was a time of reverent song. Yeah. Anyway, over to you, Kenji.
Right. Yeah. That's the. I cannot show the. Oh, that's anyway. Yeah. Funeral was held in the Golden Church, which is called the Golden Church, and Methodist Church. 2.5 hours away from the Auckland North. And about more than actually 100 people gathered, including the High Commissioner from the Fiji to New Zealand also participated. As you say, he's a well known person who really served in Fiji and also the inner Pacific as well. And Fijian community in Wangale area and Methodist Church from the national operation also they participated in the funeral service, which was a wonderful service. All the memories that we had with the Mr. Sotutu came back and shedding tears at the funeral. So he actually one of the founding members of the Embassy of Peace movement in Fiji. And so he looked after the Japanese missionary very well as a father figure. And he's he was actually educated in New Zealand. In Auckland Grammar first, then they entered into the Auckland Uni to study medicine. But at one point, he was advised by his mentor that your passion should go to the area of the education, as you want to influence the young people for the future of the Fiji. So then he changed his subject from the medicine to education, and he went to the Canterbury University in Christchurch, and then he met the beautiful Kiwi lady over there. That's his wife Margaret. That's why they moved past 12 years ago here. New Zealand from the Fiji to stay for the retirement life, and we met them the couple of times and share the time together. Anyway, he's also the UN ambassador for the New Zealand, and his testimony about the UN really, about the True Parents proposal. The Interreligious Peace Council was really amazing, as he knows exactly what's going on in United Nations as the ambassador. And so he was almost bribed by the bunch of the representative of the nation, especially from the Africa, for the one proposal or budget or something to vote. But he stand for the I think British and other allies of the democratic countries. So anyway, he really admired True Parents, the initiative in the United Nations, by establishing the Interreligious Peace Council. So he really admired True Parents, the initiative, and we were really amazed to hear his testimony about it. So anyway, Mr. Sotutu is our father figure, and shedding tears together when we missed receive the True Parents. I and Latu Filimoni and Mr. Sotutu all went together to go to the protocol team of the government when they rejected the True Parents praying, something like that. So anyway, he's an extraordinary man. Anyway, he's a really follower of the Jesus Christ. he really trying to embody Jesus' teachings, trying to embrace the everybody. So that's why he's so much loved by the community of the Fiji, and also the other community as well. Yeah, probably that's what I wanted to share.
Yeah. Thank you, Reverend Kenji. Thank you, everyone. Actually, it's that time for us to offer our unison prayer. So I'll just share the screen and let's pray together. Jew. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Reverend Santosh. Have a great day and see you all tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Santosh.
Thank you very
God
much.
bless.
God bless Fiji.
Thank you very much.
God bless.
Dennis-san.
God
Thank you very
bless.
much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Teddy.
Hi, Teddy.
Bye.
Thanks, Na.
Bye-bye all.